Turn down that love song that you hear.
You're practicing.
I'm having lots of fun. I got a call with Alessandra. Alessandra.
Good one. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
What time for you?
Tomorrow. Fuck if I know. I love you tomorrow.
Morning,
And I love you, Victoria, today.
I love you, babe.
Don't share it in his group. I'll hear about that.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode.
I'll feel it real fun for all on the 12th of January 2024.
That's right. All in four rhyming Australian,
Hello,
Jesse.
Jesse.
Triple D Jesse, Triple D Valerie, Triple D Remarkable. Lisa Ann LaRock has two today. That's right.
Has two what?
You'll find out.
Birthdays. Oh, two questions?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You might want to push that in the shade because the sun will have that overheat in about 3 minutes.
Yes.
All right.
In the shade.
Remarkable Colby.
Cool.
I had some cheese yesterday. Thought of you.
Why? Colby cheese.
Yeah. Colby cheese.
He spells his with a K.
That's right, because he's cool.
Colby's cheese is spelled with a C.
Oh, but he's cool with a K.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Remarkable Lynn. All right.
So, join your 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
That's right. If you have 15 minutes a day, you can transform your life. If you don't have 15 minutes a day, what is wrong with you? Just to be blunt.
What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? Everyone's got 15 minutes a day. Like some people, I'm too busy to eat well. What do you do? Like go sit in line at McDonald's for 40 minutes? Like, hello?
Yes.
Anyway.
Found the other toe.
All right. Yeah. Oh, you got 10 of them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
That's right. So, Victoria, let's dive in.
Okay, so it's your manifesting questions answered live.
Your manifesting questions answered live.
That's right.
That's right.
Oh, I see. She snuck in with the first one.
Well, no, see, that was one she had for last week, but we didn't have a show last week.
Didn't we?
No, we were on holiday.
Were we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we took the week off.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Remarkable. Penny, welcome to the show.
All right. So the first question today is from Remarkable Lisa. And Lisa asks, and it's rational and magical.
I may find a better title for that, but we'll find out. We'll see what shows up.
We'll see what shows up.
All right.
So Lisa asks, hello, 20 and Victoria.
Yo, Lisa.
I've noticed that there can be a lot of inner and outer conversation around something that is desired.
Same thing about things that are dreaded. Have you noticed that?
For example, a wealthy person usually isn't talking about how to get wealth or money. They are enjoying their wealth and most likely investing.
Yeah, more, please.
A happily married person isn't conversing about being married. They are enjoying their spouse.
More, please.
A fit and trim person is enjoying their body, not contemplating being fit and trim.
All right.
It seems
More,
rational to learn about what we are desiring, to contemplate these states. How do rational and magical relate to states we are not yet physically experiencing?
I love this question because, like, for me, I'm a lifelong learner. That's one of my states. I love learning. I love exploring. I love Alex. Good morning, Alex.
Hello, Alex.
And, it's one of those things where, so magical has Victoria. We shared a little video in the Remarkable group, the current one, about the she shed. And it was magical that had the she shed be built. It was rational that enabled how much wood, what sizes, what kind of nails, how screwed are we, what kind of screws, that kind of thing. What we do is we measure twice and cut once, that kind of thing. So there's all these little rational bits that are important. And let me ask you a question. Every time so Victoria gets this magical thing, and she drags me out to the garden, right? She grabs me by something, and she drags me out to the garden, and she tells me about this stuff, and she gestures and she marks it out in her space, and it's quite magical.
Is this before the she shed was built?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Or anything.
Well,
An archway, something or another,
Yeah.
right? She sort of works through these things, and then the rational shows up. Some of the stuff she has to measure, some of the stuff she has to learn how to measure. And so all that happens, and for me, this is going to go into your last question today. I tend to imagine stuff that I am devotional about. So we're going to start the show with the word devotional. Otherwise, you're just chasing happiness, and you never find it. If you're chasing happiness, you end up with a bunch of happy episodes and a bunch of frustration. So
Well, what I find is that when there's something that I desire, which might be a totally new state for me, it's like instead of going, oh, well, I've got to learn about that, it's like, even though I get like this voracious appetite to learn more. And things just show up.
Yeah, the appetites.
Information shows up, whatever shows up. And it's like, I don't know.
Type this into Perplexity 20, right? So it's one of those things where if the learning is a chore, it's probably a chasing of happiness. So on the other hand, like she decides she wants to have some exotic plant in the garden. Next thing you know, there's about 300 varieties about them.
Yeah.
But it just comes from her, like, not really obsessing about it, but surrendering to the experience of it and all its different varieties and stuff. And usually it's the first one we get. Right after we go through all 300, order that one.
And how it's like, because it's something I really desire, whatever, because it's a state that I'm wanting to excel in almost, do you know what I mean? Just be the best it can be in that state.
A devotee.
It's like everything that I do learn along the way regarding that sort of stuff, whatever it is in that state, it's like I never forget it. It's just like always, it's instantly there. And I guess maybe that's to do with how easy it is to step back into that state or something.
Sure, learning is state dependent.
That access, do you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's, yeah.
So when you might want to hit that button there. So you dream these things into existence, and then Raymond comes around and you guys build them. Is there ever a time when he's here that you don't learn something?
No.
And is learning something a chore when you're with him?
No, I love it.
And
that's what it is.
There we go.
Yeah.
So we'll go back into devotion later, but so that's how we'll open the show. So, Victoria.
Okay.
All right.
So that was for Lisa. Remarkable Lisa. Thank you very much for your question.
By the way, I had someone the other day that say, I bought 3 of your packs so far. I'm really working at this. Right? You get the difference? Devoted? I could put out a pack a day.
Yeah.
And it's not just to make money, even though I like making money. Right? I'm a capitalist as well. But it's for everyone's profit. We could take 10 shows, put them in a pack and sell it. We could take 5 shows, put it in a pack and sell it. It's the devotion. So there's always something to be discovered when you're devoted, when you experience devotion. I don't even like the word devoted. It seems to be more like persist, right? Yeah, not a fan. But devotion. Let's continue, Victoria.
Cool.
All right.
The next questions today is from Jeff in Manifesting Mastery, bargaining and deals.
Hoo-ha.
And Jeff asks, I just did I'm doing yours. Manifesting Mastery lesson 45 about bargaining. And it had me think about you getting deals. How do you go about getting discounts, yet you're in the state of wealthy? For example, buying peanut butter differently.
Everybody likes a deal. The richest people I know are absolutely thrilled to get deals. The poorest people I know, right? They make dumb fucking decisions, and it's an interesting thing to just watch, because this is someone poor who wants to be rich imagines I never have to buy anything on sale again. Well, that's true, but you'd still like it. Everyone likes a deal. One of the gravest mistake I make in marketing is I almost never put anything on sale. If I jack the prices of everything up by $10 and once a week put something on sale for $10 less, it would probably go like hotcakes that week. Because people love, oh my God, it's a deal. it's just part of human nature.
Yeah.
Divine nature has me double my income, work half the time. Human nature has me go, oh my God, I'm saving $5 on this lamb thing that I bought the other day.
Oh yeah, the butterfly leg.
Yeah, and it was yum.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm shocked. I mean, because I still imagine I get great deals just for fun. Right? You get the difference? Needing a great deal to survive means you're really imagining small. Imagining getting great deals for fun. Right? So I'm looking at the lamb things, and one of them's marked down like 25%. And I look, and it's the same date as all the other ones. And I was like, this is a no-brainer. It's fun, and it looks yummier. And it was. So, yeah, I don't see a conflict there. I'll tell you what I don't do. So when I drive the Bimmer and the little orange light comes on, I pull into the nearest petrol station and I fill it up. Yeah, I had a friend at the pool who I don't see anymore. He would drive 30 Ks out of his way to save 10 cents a liter. And it's like, well, on a fill-up, well, you're going to need a fill-up when you drive 30 extra, to drive 30 minutes each way to fill the car up. And he didn't have a small buggy. Yeah. So it's those kinds of fascinating things to me. So, Jeff, hope that gives to you a great question.
Cool.
And, yeah, have fun.
Cool.
I'll do one more.
Okay.
I buy a lot of shit for the business, right? For me, I buy smoke and I buy drink, right? That's pretty much it. That and the pool, right?
For the business.
Yeah. I know, but no, all the other stuff's for the business, right? But I've got a policy, and if something's $97 or under, especially if it's a one-time offer, I have no problem spending money. Like I don't hesitate. I go right, yeah, it's $97, and I grab it. And 9 times out of 10, I'll buy something for $97 that becomes $300 a year for people that buy it 6 months later, and I just love it. And if I get it and it's $97 and it sucks, 9 times out of 10, I'll keep it, because what they're going to do over time is improve it and make it functional.
Yeah.
So I'll just put it in my little toolbox and I won't look at it for a year. Victoria will say, "What's this?" "Oh, I don't know. It didn't work right." And I'll go back a year later and I'll go, "Oh my God, this is great." And I spent $97 for a one-time license. Versus $300 a year or whatever. So, cool. There we
Very
go.
cool.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Good one, Jeff.
That's
Thanks for your
right.
question.
So I love a bargain.
I know you love a bargain.
I love a bargain.
I think one of the a big difference is that Paul. They were saying. Well, anyway, the people that aren't maybe wealthy. Like, oh, it's a great deal though, and it's like, but do you want it?
Oh yeah, there's
really?
There's the other side. Yeah, my cousin's really hot.
50% off.
Right, my cousin's really hot. I already know her. Yeah, it's not like going on a blind date or something. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, the West Virginians are going to hate me now. Anyway, love you guys.
The next question's from Wayne in Manifesting Mastery, Identities and States. And Wayne asks, are identities and states similar?
Wayne, it took me the better part of 10 years to figure out what a state was. Yeah, and I'm totally serious about this. I was the dumbass in the room. I explored this stuff for 10 years, not really sure what a state was. And here's my current experience. I think I put this in the procrastination pack. Somebody can sort me out on this if I need it. There are states that I do that are based in love, loving husband, loving puppy dad, loving teacher, right? The one that's here now. What's it called? I don't remember. And then there are states like with stuff that I enjoy. I enjoy my BMW. I enjoy Apple products. Right? Yes, and sometimes they overlap. I enjoy using an Apple product to do something I love. Right?
Yeah.
And those are all identities. And what I don't do is manifest up the money to get a new iPad. I just imagine up being a happy, loving teacher, and I teach. I imagine being someone who enjoys Apple products, so I don't have to buy a shit product because I don't have enough money, so I'll get a shit tablet. We do have a shit tablet someplace. It hasn't been charged in years, but we got it so we could check some of the other things we were doing on an Android device. And it was so foreign to me. I don't know, maybe it turned into a Frisbee. Maybe we threw it out. I don't know. It's just like, this is too complicated. Yeah. So states, my current experience of states, for the most part, I really enjoy, besides the obvious identity states, the state of ownership, the state of satisfied, the state of accomplishment, and those are moods. And so when I surrender to a mood, and I'm working on a pack on this stuff, Joe Weldon and I are having some really cool conversations. I surrender to moods. So I surrender to feeling accomplished and satisfied as a happy, loving teacher. Let me know how I'm doing today. You got it?
So the identity doesn't necessarily have the qualities. Is that what it is? Like that they're happy and the love?
Yeah, for me they do. Happy, loving
do.
Teacher, happy, loving husband.
But that's a state.
That's an identity state.
Identity state.
Yep.
So you were talking initially about how identities and states are different, weren't you?
Kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, I find this to be a very fascinating slope. I'll give you one more. I'll walk into the chicken shop, and I'll imagine a really good chicken. And I'll look over, and half the ones that I'm looking at are never going to be chewy on the inside. Right? Not thrilled. And if I tell the little girl that works behind the counter, make sure I get one that's well done, it'll be black. Right? Not a fan of that either. But if I really move into that mood of accomplished and satisfied with my chicken, and I bring it home, and Victoria eats mostly the dark meat, and I eat the dark meat and the light meat and the gristly bits that I don't give to Emmett. That I find myself happy with my chicken. So that could be another way to approach states. But again, you notice I'm bringing up a mood. So I know this probably isn't the clearest definition of a state, but it gives you a lot of distinctions around stuff to explore. So let me know, Wayne. This has been a pleasure to explore a little bit with you, and we can keep going back and forth in email, too.
Cool.
So thank you, my friend.
The next question's from Brett in Manifesting Mastery. Manifesting with an aphantasia.
Aphantasia.
And Brett asks, I've realised that I cannot see images in my mind. If I think apple or anything, nothing appears in my mind. I know what it is, but no image of it. After some research, I found out I have something called aphantasia. How do I go about my Feel It Real sessions when I cannot see anything in my mind? Any advice?
All right, so you probably know what the Eiffel Tower looks like. Or or if you had two glasses on the counter, one's milk and one's water. And you may or may not be able to see them consciously. They may just show up as flashes that your attention misses. But here's what's really cool. I know what it is, but I have no image of it. A lot of people think visualization is feeling it real. And seeing what I would see is possible when feeling it real. But you'll know we don't call it seeing what you would see if what your wish was. It's too many words for me. I'm a very simple guy. Frank has entered the building. So this whole thing with aphantasia, here's what's cool. You can accept the label, and for the rest of your life, somehow you'll know I'm not your mother. Right? You look at me, right? You know what your mom looks like. How do you know what your mom looks like? There's a visual representation in there, but you're just not seeing it. Right? And that's fine. So here's what's cool. You got other senses you can explore with. But you also just said the gold right there. I know what it is, but I have no image of it. So if you know what it's like to be accomplished, satisfied, to feel the feeling of ownership, I remember I owned my bicycle. I didn't buy it, but I owned it. It was mine. Right? I owned my ball glove, and when Jimmy Leisure stole it, right, that was not a good decision for Jimmy Leisure. Right? He even wrote his name on it. It's like writing your name on something doesn't make it yours, Jimmy. Right? It's mine. Right? Ownership. And then I grew up, and I moved out, and I rented an apartment. I discovered what it's like to rent. It feels very different to rent an apartment versus owning a building. And so if you can just sort with a little bit of comparison and notice, like, what's your desire? If your desire is to own a BMW, cool, and you know what it's like to own a bicycle, take that feeling of ownership and just explore that with a car. Yeah, if you know what it's like to have somebody congratulate you on anything, hey, nice shoelaces, right? I mean, you could apply that to anything, right? So have fun with that. The big thing is, if you make a big deal about the aphantasia, you'll have that forever, and it won't matter. But if you explore, imagining what would it be like to see, like my mom and Mr. 2020 on a Zoom call, right? So on one side's your mom, the other side's Mr. 2020, right? Yeah, and you could just explore stupid shit like that. Like you could be wondering, like, what are they going to talk about, right? How cool is this? So if you just explore tiny little weird things, like you could be staring at a glass of water, close your eyes, and imagine it was a glass of milk. Not really imagine it's a glass of milk, but picture it as a glass of milk and open your ears up and be surprised it's still water. But you can play with that and develop that little sensory muscle. But sort of like being red-green colorblind. You know, we've got more than one person that's red-green colorblind, and they want to manifest a red Ferrari. And I'm like, coolio. You know, I'm imagining that a light you discover that it's not red, right? Because it really wouldn't matter. And you can have a lot of fun.
And of course, there's all the gates, like the
use it. You click, your click of the cottage door. Yeah,
smelling
absolutely.
Something, hearing, obviously, like all those other senses that.
Notice what senses move you. Alessandra says, "Oh my God, my mom with TT on a call. Bring it, right?
Bring it." Cool.
All right.
Excellent. So that was for Brett. Thank you very much for your question, Brett.
That was an awesome question. It's going to bless a lot of people.
Yes, because that's come up a bit.
Yes.
There's a number of people that have aphantasia, like yourself.
Yeah. No.
Sorry,
Brett. You're the only one in the world that doesn't.
Yeah.
Not have it.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway.
The next question is from Kyle in Manifesting Mastery. Multiple buns. Kyle asks, how would you live in the end for multiple buns or only pick one?
All right, so you can manifest up breakfast, lunch, and dinner before you get out of bed. And that's what's really cool. You just realize, they're different wishes, no big deal. I was waiting to get citizenship for a couple years. Some of y'all know of different variations of the story. But, long story short, while I was waiting, right, so I nailed that. Okay, citizen, so on and so forth. How do I know I'm a citizen of Australia? Well, one of the things is I'm in the parking lot one day at Woolies, and a couple of these young dicks were, like, complaining about how bad Australia is. And it's like, well, you're 17 and think you fucking know everything, don't you? And I could just feel the ire show up. And it's like, I just want to start smashing heads together, because it's like, you guys want to sort the world's problems out and make everyone eat bugs? Right? Yeah, go to Ethiopia for a while. All right, then come back and complain about how bad you have it living in mommy's basement. Yeah. But I digress, yes. Right? Multiple buns. So I imagine being a citizen of Australia. When people are dissing Australia, I have a reaction. Ooh, look at that. There's something primitive in me that's a head knocker that still shows up, right? Yeah, they're the old days, right? But meanwhile, I can imagine up a business. I can imagine up a puppy. I can imagine up lunch. Playmates, more playtime, more playmates. And that's the big key, because when you notice you can nail something and feel the Sabbath, then you get on with other things. And if there's a day where I wake up and somebody tells me about the news and my state's contaminated, I'm thinking, fuck, they're never going to let me be a citizen. I mean, you're an internet marketer. That's what we want more of in Australia. Internet marketers, right? And you're a spiritual teacher too? Oh, great. But you do like eating meat, so that's a redeeming quality, right? So you can put in as many as you want. You just get to nail them and know they're working in the background. Then if you lose the state, I'd go back in and imagine voting again.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I vote from home now, right? That's something I imagined of. And it's like, radio, they put me on the permanent list. It's like, you have to, 20 votes from home. Great. Yeah, it's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Cool. Excellent. Yeah, I think that when you were talking about Australia, and that's brought out the ownership.
Absolutely. Yeah. You want to diss my country? Go live someplace where it really sucks.
Yeah.
Right? Then come back here and whinge. Right? Yeah. Free ride, mommy's basement. Unbelievable.
Cool. Thank you, Kyle, for your question.
Man, I tunneled out of mommy's basement with a spoon.
You what?
I tunneled out of mommy's basement with a spoon. Let me out of here. Yeah, right.
The next question's from Shervin on Facebook. revision for hurt dog.
Shervin, I couldn't remember, so I couldn't tell if you were a Shervin that's done Manifesting Mastery course or not, so I apologize if you are, but it's been a couple years if it was you, so come back.
Cool. And Shervin asks, hello 20 in Victoria, how to successfully revise a situation last week where I saw a dog accident. Tried to look for help, but unfortunately it didn't make it. Should I revise that it was saved, or that it didn't have the accident, or that I didn't even see an accident at all?
Yeah, great question. What do you want? Personally, I'm a fan of, I don't want it to repeat in my life.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine puppy making it across the road all right. Yeah. On the other hand, I'd love for puppies to get hit by cars or whatever. I'm just assuming that's the situation. That seems to be the common one. I'd imagine, that specific puppy, playful. And the puppy's on its next adventure, so on and so forth. Some of you all know the cat revision that I had about cranking a cat. So I'm going down the road and the cat's screwed, right? So the cat goes to the side of the road. I can tell broken back. Just dragging its legs. And it's like, all right, let me get out and take care of business because I ain't going to let it suffer. And as I'm parking the car, I'm imagining the cat okay. Right? So I'm willing to get out of the car and do what needs to be done to provide mercy. But I'm imagining the cat well. And I get out and the cat walks out from behind the bushes and just gives me a wink and walks away. And I'm like, oh, right. Right? And that was a solid hit. So, a lot of things you can do with this stuff. Just saying. But whatever, you revise it a couple different ways. Sounds like you got a couple different desires there. And personally, I've noticed in Australia, we have these things called roundabouts. We also, I personally call them kill me, please. Because people will go through the roundabout and try to kill you, right? Instead of yielding when yeah, exactly. And it's like, radio. I get it. You think you're entitled to go through the roundabout before I am. But it's like, you don't have to kill me. But I swear to God, if I drive to the pool and somebody tries to kill me in a roundabout and I just dwell on that, I'll have it happen 2 more times on the way home. And it's like, you've got to be kidding me. Victoria, you'll never believe they tried to kill me 3 times today. Versus radio, I just imagine I had smooth sailing in. Smooth sailing in. Smooth sailing in. All these remarkable kids are here. Talia's here. Beth is here.
Yeah.
I saw Heather earlier. Hey, gang. Love you guys. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. Sometimes I can see Yasmin Maxwell. Sometimes I can't.
Yes.
That's right.
That was very quick.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
That's right.
Cool. Excellent. Okay.
I thought about your friend today. I was shopping. That's all I'm going to say, right? But maybe we can talk about that later.
We see a lot of them in Eltham.
Yes,
20 days.
a lot of friends.
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. So that was for Shervin. Thanks very much for your question, Shervin. And the last question today is for remarkable Lisa and LaRock.
Lisa and LaRock.
Devotion and manifesting.
All right.
And Lisa asks, hello, 20 and Victoria.
Yo, Lisa.
Paul McCartney tells the story. At a particularly crazy time in his life, his deceased mother came to him in a dream and she told him, everything is going to be okay. Just let it be. Oh, wow. You recently said, I don't suppose that's where the song came from.
Which one?
Let It Be. What?
I love playing the dumbass.
Am I an idiot for not...
No. You say that and I say which song.
Oh, right.
I do that in the pool, and being a former American, they all take me seriously. It's just great. It's like, But anyway.
Okay.
I wonder what song is that...
I don't know.
I don't know.
You recently said, as a little fellow, your own grandmother was devoted to you. Devotion seems to play an important role in our lives. How does devotion factor into manifesting? Thank you, Lisa.
All right, so this is me. Ready? Devotional acts, as far as I'm concerned, immediately... You're 100% divine and 100% human. Wanda, welcome to the show. And one of the things that I notice with devotion ends chasing the next fun thing, the next fun thing, the next fun thing, the next fun thing. When I devoted when I became a devotee of Kempo karate, right? Yeah, there was no stopping me becoming a award-winning black belt as a teenager instead of a cripple in my 20s. I didn't avoid scoliosis and try to get fit. I was a devotee, Tony Doyle, of Kempo karate, right? And for me, Kempo was one of those things which can, and I still love martial arts. I love anything that transforms lives, that helps people explore who they are, develop skills, confidence. It's a good thing, right? So I didn't have an interest. It wasn't something that I thought might be fun for a weekend. It was a solid devotional act. And a lot of people think devotional acts are like just praying to a statue or chanting or something like that. But I'm devoted to her. I'm devoted to these dogs. I'm devoted to you guys and to this show. It's not that I need inspiration or perspiration to show up. It's not that I need to discipline myself. We have all these different paradigms. And truthfully, when I go into an LOA group and I see all this shit, and it's like, you guys don't get it. Manifesting, as far as I'm concerned, is a devotional act. And when you get that your desires are divine in origin, right? The divine me didn't want to have the adventure of a lifetime being a cripple in my 20s. The divine experience of me, literally, it was taking Kempo karate and teaching all the mind shit that I did back then and exploring the spiritual side of that eventually got me here to Australia. Because I loved teaching. I was teaching when I was a green belt and a teenager. Absolutely loved it. I was devoted. I was so devoted. Vicky Roboski. So I taught on Mondays and Thursdays forever. Forever. Right? And my friend was away at school in Ohio, far, far away from Pennsylvania, like 3-4 hours. And Thursday was Thanksgiving Day, and the YMCA was closed. But I go to the YMCA every Thursday to teach, right? So I show up and the door's locked, and she's sitting in her car.
Oh, wow.
Because she knew where to find me on a random Thursday, right? No exception to the rule, right? The train track always takes me to the YMCA Thursday at 6:30. And I rock up, and I'm looking like, you've got to be kidding me, right? And by the way, I'm still that way about holidays. Right?
We don't remember when they are.
We don't remember where they are. I go to the pool and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're closed tomorrow. We open at 10."
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. They're not devoted, right? I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
So devotion is one of those things. So your desires are divine in origin. When you surrender to them. When you experience devotion to them. To me, that's the easiest way to activate the whole plan and power bit. Just saying. I should do a live call on this. This would be really good. Devotion, manifesting as a devotional act or something like that. That'd be good. Anyway, it might also fit in.
Devotion as a what act?
Manifesting as a devotional act.
Manifesting, yeah.
Yeah. And it fits in nicely with this whole thing we're doing Remarkable this year. That's right.
Yes.
Anyway.
Well.
Cool.
Yes. I really like this combination of devotion and ownership of the state. It's like when there's devotion, there's just a natural ownership of whatever that state is that you're devoted to.
So let me ask you a question. So you've experienced conviction, you've experienced persist.
Conviction.
What's the difference in the garden between devotion, persistence, and conviction? Somebody asked about conviction. So, just honestly, what's the difference between like you're convicted, you're convinced, you're
There's so much
persisting,
force and persistent conviction and all of that. For me, anyway, definitely, it's all force. Whereas devotion, it's all heart, it's all I don't know. And like, I have an inner conviction about this. Just like, oh God,
Yeah.
it's all, it's a big setup waiting to happen, I know for me.
I noticed the feeling of ordained. And yeah, to be a nice one as well. Yeah, self-ordained. Right? And I'm not talking about, I'm the coolest guy in the world kind of thing. I'm talking about, like, I self-ordained myself.
You self-ordained yourself?
Yeah. As a Kempo karate champion.
Oh, right.
And of course, I didn't buy a black belt and put it on. I wouldn't dare. Right? I earned that over the next 5 years. Right? And I tested, with, first with Rick, then with Bob, then and so on and so forth. But, this really is important. The dream was the dream. The devotion to the dream, is the devotion to the divinity. Your dreams are divine in origin. Your desires are divine in origin.
Distinction, like when you talked about conviction and persistence, it's your distinction between that's the assertion.
I would agree.
Whereas the devotion is the declaration. You
Yes.
know how you have that
Yes.
distinction between the
Yeah.
two.
And I couldn't see who asked it, but conviction, you could be using it as we're using the word devotion, but I'd really notice, does conviction, for me, devotion feels like if I was a Catholic lighting a candle. That's how I feel about, I'll be swimming my laps today. I don't persist with my laps. I don't talk myself into them. I don't do any of that stuff. But I'm devoted to doing them. I'm devoted to exploring and expanding my body. So, Darkery, nice to see you. Hoo-ha.
Yes.
All right. How was that?
That was excellent, I think. So, do you think it was?
I think that was good. Y'all who, maybe we'll do one of those Friday night calls on devotion, manifesting as a devotional act. If you're interested in that, inbox me. That way I can, see if it's worth me.
Doing it.
And I'd probably fucking do it anyway.
Yes.
Right? So, anyway, Victoria.
Excellent. So that was for Remarkable Lisa. Thank you very much for your question, Lisa. And what we want to know is tell us, what was your hashtag strawberry bit?
That is the rightness.
Don't know. So you go.
Wow. Opening and closing with devotion. Because one of the things that I notice is people get in their head thinking, what would be fun? Oh, that'd be fun. Oh, what else would be fun? Well, that would be fun. And they just chase fun all day long. And, I mean, I'm big into fun. I had so much fun today shopping. Right? But it's even shopping to me is a devotional act. Because I get to go out and bless people, chat with people. I get to give her some space to do some yoga. I'm devoted to giving to her. And so this whole devotion thing, and notice devotion isn't laying there begging God for help. It's a devotional act. I'm offering this beauty, this incense, this candle. I'm not saying don't manifest with that stuff. It's not what I'm talking about. But you can watch when people do that kind of stuff. They're giving love. So imagining for me is that giving love, giving life. And there's the puppies.
Yeah.
All right, your turn.
All in the shade.
Strawberry bit. You're under pressure.
I'll say the same as you.
Oh, you cheater, pumpkin eater.
I know.
So for lunch today, we're having amazing chicken thighs, assorted veg.
Yes.
You're doing some salad for you.
Yes, I am.
Yum.
Yes. Looking forward to it.
All right.
Okay, so that was our hashtag strawberry bits. Well, 20s, and I said
20s and the
Ditto.
echo. That's right.
Well, you type in yours, go to easymanifestingmethods.com.
Yeah, go there. Sign up for those freebies. You guys that aren't getting those, easymanifestingmethods.com. Sign in. We'll send you a confirmation email. Click that. Drag it to your inbox. Just drop me a note once in a while. Just reply to them and say, hi, I'd love that. And keep going. Meanwhile, if you have 15 minutes a day and you want to change your life big time.
Like a lot of people that had questions on the show today.
Yeah, you'll notice they're exploring, right? They're expanding. So manifestingmasterycourse.com.
That's right. And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
That's right. Cool.
Okay.
That was pretty good.
It was.
Thank
really
you, everyone,
good.
for your questions, for showing up, for
Thank
being you.
Yes.
And see ya.